Hey folks, Dan Sabatelli here. Today's project, we're going to replace a single pole switch with a dimmer. The reason I've chosen this project is because it's a confidence booster. It's something that it's relatively easy to do, and it will boost your confidence to move on to maybe a more challenging electrical project. The first thing that you want to do when installing a dimmer is you want to choose the appropriate dimmer for the job. In this case, we have an incandescent fixture and a single pole switch. So I've chosen an incandescent switch, I've chosen an incandescent single pole dimmer. So once you've done that, it's a good idea to make life easier. It's a good idea to have a tool buddy, one of your buddies over, a family member, or your wife or husband to help you turn the power off and make the circuit safe. So you can do that by turning on the light and having somebody turn off the circuit breaker or fuse. And when that light fixture turns off, you know that you've got the right circuit. Once you've done that, you're ready to replace the dimmer. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to remove the single pole switch. And the way we do that is we need a screwdriver. This is a small slotted screwdriver. It's a plate screwdriver. So we're going to take the plate off. Once we've done that, we've exposed the mounting screws for the device. So here I'm going to use my screw gun to take those screws out. Once I've done that, what I want to do is I want to stand squarely in front of the device and pull it, grab it from the top and bottom and pull it straight to me. And the reason that I want to do this is because it will expose the terminal screws on the side of the device to make it easier to remove. Once I've done that, I can take my screwdriver and I can loosen those terminal screws. After I've done that, what you want to do, in one hand you want to hold on to the device, in the other hand you want to hold on to the wires. And it's going to take some manipulation to get them off of there, because they were probably put on and they were a good connection, and that's what you want for your old installation and your new installation. Once we've done that, and we want to put our new dimmer in, we're essentially going to do that step in reverse. So this is our new dimmer. And this type of dimmer is somewhat unique in the sense that it has two terminal screws on it. Some of them will have wire leads. This does not. Before we do this, just to be extra safe, us electricians like to be extra safe, and we're going to test the circuit with our flash tester. So once we've determined that the circuit is not live, now we can confidently install our dimmer. So we're going to take the wires here. We have two wires. Typically you're going to have two. Sometimes you might have more than two wires. It would be an atypical situation, and that's a story for another day. One of the wires is your constant feed. The other goes to your light fixture to make it turn on. So what we're going to do is we're going to put those wires on switch now. So we want to put them on clockwise, the terminal loop clockwise around the screw. And we also want to have them close to the center of the screw. If once you get these on here, your terminal loops seem to be a bit too big, you can use a pair of needle nose pliers to shrink those down a bit and get those more to where they should be. One of the most important things in electrical is proper torquing and tightening of electrical connections. Electrical connections are #1 safety in electrical, and you need to torque them properly. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take, in my case, your Phillips head screwdriver, and you're going to torque these down. You're going to turn them down until they're hand tight. And you'll get both of them hand tight. Once you've done that, what I do is I take my slotted screwdriver, because I get better torque with the slotted screwdriver. I firmly hold the device in one hand, hold the screwdriver in another hand, put it in here, and try to give it a quarter turn, bracing myself. And you'll know if you put it at the proper torque, if you take the screwdriver and you put it in there and you gently try to reverse it and it's tight, you can't, even with a little bit of pressure, you cannot reverse that, you cannot turn it counterclockwise. Now you know you've properly torqued those screws, and that's a very important aspect. After that, we can put the device back into the wall. So again, as in reverse, we're going to stand in front and push it straight in. Once we've done that, we can put our mounting screws in. So we're going to take our mounting screws, put them in one at a time. It's important when mounting the device back in the wall that we don't want it to go too far in or too far out. If it's in too far, the finished plate will not set properly on the device. And if it's too far out, the finished plate will be sticking off of the wall. In either case, you won't have the professional look that you've desired. So we're going to make sure to do a final adjustment with a hand screwdriver to get that just right and make sure the device is plumb, square, and level so that we have a professional looking installation at the end of the day. After we've done that, we're going to put the finished plate on. So again, we want to make sure everything's plumb, square, and level. We put the device cover on there, and then we put our screws in. And when we're done with our screws, we want to make sure our screws are straight up and down, again, to give a professional installation look. After you've done that, you can restore the power and then test your switch. Voila! You've successfully installed a dimmer switch in your house. Thanks for watching. For more information on installing dimmers and other electrical projects, you can find us at www.bostoncasting.com. Until next time, keep up the good work.